Now, last autumn, you as a company and you personally launched an extraordinary attack on the previous management of a business you'd bought, Autonomy, one of the UK's most important technology businesses. Was that wise?
Well, it was necessary. I mean, you know, what we understood was that there had been very significant strategic misrepresentations, accounting improprieties. And when we understood what had happened, we had to explain to our investors what had happened here, and then, of course, turned over that understanding and that data to the authorities, the Serious Fraud Office here in the UK, and, of course, the SEC and the DOJ in the United States.
Wasn't the truth that that was a convenient excuse for a disastrous acquisition in which you massively overpaid at a time when you were not the CEO, but you were on the board?
So there's no question that we overpaid for Autonomy because there were accounting improprieties. So it's a smaller, less profitable company than we were led to believe. What I will say is we are very committed to the Autonomy technology and to the Autonomy employees. It's a very important business here for us in the UK here and frankly in the United States, and we're going to grow that business. But there's no question we overpaid given that the accounting was not as it should have been.
You can't seriously blame all of that on accounting irregularities. Nobody believes that. There were other companies looking at Autonomy who were valuing it at an awful lot less than HP did.
So that was our best judgment of what had happened here, and it's a combination of obviously the accounting improprieties and as we try to what's called market cap reconciliation in the United States, but a big chunk of that was because of the fact that this is a smaller, less profitable company than we had anticipated. So, you know, listen, what we have done is we've turned this over to the authorities. The right place for this to be adjudicated will be in the courts and in the justice system. And, you know, I'm now focused on running HP and making the very best we can of Autonomy because I think it's almost a magical technology.
But usually with these cases, the regulators carry on their work in secret, basically, until they've reached a decision. You made the decision to be incredibly public in your attack.
Well, we had to be because we had to take the write down. According to U.S. accounting rules, we had to take the write down when we understood what had happened. And so you can't take a write down and not explain why. So it was, I think, actually quite a transparent thing to do.
You've been at the helm at HP for something like 18 months. Have you made any progress so far in what you yourself have said is the pretty enormous job of turning the company around?
I think we've made a lot of progress, actually, on a couple of dimensions. First is, I think we have won hearts and minds of HP people. You know, HP people believe in the turnaround, they believe in the strategic direction that we've set, and that is perhaps one of the most important things, because our people are our face to our customers. And then we've also really, I think we now have the best product line. When I say products, I mean hardware products, software, services, that we've had in a decade.
But you're another of those giant companies that has been caught out by the rapid change in the way people use computing devices. You're nowhere in the mobile world. Is that going to change at all?
It is changing. So we want to be there all the way from virtual desktop to the traditional desktops, to laptops, to hybrids. We have two really interesting hybrid computers, which is, you know, it's a full laptop, but the screen comes off to be a tablet, to full-scale tablets, which we're introducing. We just introduced our first Android tablet called the Slate 7. We introduced a Chromebook several months ago. So we're going to play in this full spectrum of personal compute.
Are you going to make a mobile phone?
We want to, because it is a very important part of personal compute. What we haven't figured out yet is how to do that without just being a Me Too product and losing a lot of money, which I'm not interested in doing. So we've got our best people thinking through, okay, what is the HP play in that part of personal compute, smartphone or its next incarnation?